Hey, it's Victor with LakelandCarKeys.com, and I am back on part 2 of my dynamic self-loader wrecker project. So we're gonna still be working on getting this metal plate off, and I got some things I gotta cut off the wheel lift itself. But we did end up buying a Bestarc. This is a plasma cutter, 60 amps. Alright, so I'm not gonna do a full unboxing. I'll just get everything out, show you what's in it, and try to get it set up. I'm not sure how good it's gonna try to cut that on 110, but the 220 plug I have here, well, I'm not even sure if I have a 220 plug here, but I'm probably gonna have to make a run to Lowe's to get the correct adapter and put one outside so that it can match both the plasma cutter and my Hobart MIG welder. So yep, just give me a second. Let me get this out the box, and I'll show you what it came with. Alright, so here goes everything out the box. I did order this on Amazon. It was about $260. I was looking for something that was affordable, and I did watch a review on a similar model on Mad Ginger Customs, and I reached out to him and suggested, I told him what I wanted to do, and he suggested that I get the Bestarc, so I got it, and it actually came next day, Amazon Prime, and it was very well packaged. I paid for this myself. I am not endorsed by Bestarc, but this is everything that came in the box. So we have an air hose, a ground clamp, look like it might be either 8 or 10 gauge wire. We have the manual, and then we have a 220 to 110 adapter. So this is what I'm actually going to try to use and plug in to 110 and see how well it cuts. I got to read the manual and see what the air requirement is, because I only have a mini compressor, so I'm not sure if it's going to be able to keep up with this. It did come with this little wrench here, which is probably used with changing the consumables and whatnot. Make sure to keep that in a safe place. And then we have some spare consumables and some Teflon tape. So I'm pretty sure I am gonna have to oh no, this looks like it might be the right fitting that I need for my airline. So it already has a fitting pre-attached, and it looks like it got some goop Teflon on the back. And the back's real simple. It's a on-off switch, a toggle switch. And looking back at the unit itself, it is a digital display in the front. Yeah, so basically your ground would go into that port there, and then you got a 3-wire connection for so this is the power connection that's going to go into your torch. And then you have your air line, which I believe is under this nozzle. Yes, it is. And then there's a positive lead here. Actually, I'm not sure if it's positive, but it's red, so there's a red lead that would screw onto there. So give me a second. I'm going to get this all set up and go grab my extension cord so we can power it up and see how the display looks. Alright, so I have all the lines hooked up the way they should be. I do not have air going into the back of the unit yet. I just want to power up and show you, but it's kind of bright out here, and I'm sure it's hard to see the display. I could actually see it on my phone as I'm recording, and it's blinking here, but you have a couple of little different options: air cut, plate mesh, and then it automatically detected the voltage as 110, but it looks like there's a 220 and a 380 version available. This front knob here is your air pressure. It has a built-in air pressure regulator, and on the front of the knob it says push to lock. So I initially expected it to pop out so I can adjust it, and I actually did pull it a little too hard and pull the knob out. So just pay attention to that. It should just click out just like that, and then you can adjust your pressure. And then there is a pressure gauge on here, so I'm sure there's a chart that I'm gonna have to read, which looks like there's a sticker up there that basically, whatever thickness I'm gonna cut, it's gonna have me set the pressure right and the amperage and whatnot. And then, it'll also let me know how long that I can cut for. So this is actually gonna be my very first personal plasma cutter. So I definitely have to sit down and read the manual and go through it. But I just want to give you a real quick video of what comes in the box. Alright. So this is the Bestarc. It's a BTC600DP. And it will work on 110. Obviously I have a long 100-foot extension cord that I'm plugged into, and I'm not going to use that to try to power this as I'm using it. I will get a smaller, heavier gauge cord to run. I'd probably get a minimum 10 gauge extension cord that's going to be much similar to the one that's on the actual machine, and have it not be as long of a run. But yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments. If you have one of these, definitely leave me some tips. I'm gonna practice on cutting some old metal and stuff that I have laying around before I actually attempt to start cutting off that plate. But there it is, LakelandCarKeys.com.